Hello, everyone. Took a little longer there. And a text message from Freya came up, like right when I was gonna go live. Um, there we go. Hope everyone's doing well. I am doing pretty well. I was able to work on this a little bit during my lunch break, so I'll probably go over some of the things that I've put in. And I think I know what we're gonna work on. We're gonna tweak the AI task that I created to throw things. Um, I ran into a problem with it, and I need to make it a little more diverse, which means that I need to build in the foundation because if I do make the hollow, right? Or when I make the hollow, I should say, and I end up giving them the ability to like do a bone toss or something. Um, Instead of the way it's positioned right now, the way the code is, it's not very dynamic. So I would have to make a brand new AI task. Not cool. Um, but we are going to fix that today. Time set day. Here we go. And if you notice the moon there and the sun, so I also did something. I had a little fun thinking about the events. Um, and I may have jumped the gun just a little bit. Minimize all this. But we go under textures, environment, moon. I'll give you a sneak peek of what the moon's going to look like up in the sky. So I want everything to be tinted kind of that deep red. All the lighting to be changed to that deep red, and I want that big eye like looking at you. I'm not sure if I'm going to put like the reptilian slit in it yet, to maybe boost it, but imagine that in the sky, just looking down on you, right? And then everything's tinted red. It's supposed to be sunny, but it's like blotting out the sun. Kind of like a temporal storm, right? But a red, it's not swirly, and it's just like danger everywhere. That's what I want. Okay. So anyone who was here early got a sneak peek of that. And I shall not speak of it again. So I polished out here. So we have the stalker web, we have a poison stalker web, we have a chilled stalker web, and we have the rusty stalker web. The poison one we're gonna test because I haven't actually tested any of this. Should poison me by stepping in it, and it does not. Okay, this should lower my body temperature. Kinda not sure if it did. Honestly, I'm not sure if it's doing it. This one, oh, temporal stability. Not going to be able to test that because this is a creative world, right? Temperature is not really a thing. I'm gonna have to test these in the real world. But basically, I've tried different things, so this took a little bit. You could throw the webbing; it actually keeps everything, right? And if there's snow, it'll have the snow layer, and then the grass goes back. So, boom, it's gonna completely preserve everything, which is awesome. Definitely awesome. So that is working. The stalker webs, all of them have their little tints in them as well. Everything's been labeled correctly. Um, what I'm actually going to attempt to do is something that I just put in for the attributes. I made it to where the stalkers are going to be immune because I'm adding status effects to things now. I have to make it to where every kind of stalker is immune. So really, I wonder if I could do a wild card in here like this. So Stalker anything, Widow, whatever it is immune to every single block here. Like the effects of every single block. Since poison damage wasn't working, I'll look at that first. I may be applying it incorrectly. It looked like it was all done through here, through the block. So on entity inside, um, Oh, no wonder why this didn't fire off. I put way too much zing in that. So ideally, you step when you are inside of it, and then it calls it calls all this on the server, right? And it says like, hey, are you immune? If you're immune, like if you're a stalker, then it doesn't do anything else. And then we start to get like the next random in the world, the next double. That way we can start like doing ticks of damage or ticks of whatever we're doing. So if it's poisoned, so if the first part equals poisoned, then it goes into here and says, okay, you're going to have a new damage source. It's going to be, zero point 0.1, which is actually, I think that's quite a bit. I may back that off for this. Oh, instead of piercing, it needs to be dot poison damage. And then if it's an entity, then what I'm doing is I'm saying, okay, chilled, I'm going to get the behavior for the character's body temperature, get the current temperature, and then start setting that current temperature down by a little bit the longer you stay in. The Rusty is going to do a similar thing, but I'm checking to see if there's temporal stability in the game. Um, if it has the attribute for it, if it's true, that there's like this world would not have temporal stability, so it doesn't make sense to negate temporal stability if it's not even enabled in the server. It'll just look like rusty stuff, and then I go on to the base inside. What I need to do here though is copy all of this. Not yet. Let's do that. Make this space. Okay, now I get to copy all this. I totally forgot to propagate all this code down into here as well. Oop, got to do that. So yeah, that's why that wasn't working. So we'll fireball it in. Get a reload. And once I can actually have poison damage like affect me when I'm inside of that web, then I can test with the with creatures, and I'll put them in the web, and I'll see if it does damage to them. Wrong one. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Poison damage. And it's like trying to push me out of it too, and it slowed me still. So if I get hit by that, it just slows you down. That's pretty cool. So this should be lowering my body temperature. Yep, there I am. I'm starting to chill. Wow, that's actually pretty aggressive. You get hit by one of those webs. Holy crap. I'm going to back that off right now. Let's make that. So the poison seemed like it was pretty good. It was minor damage. I got hit by two of those webs. I don't have armor on. It's more of an annoyance. I could always scale up the poison damage too, depending on like maybe I can attach another red attribute into spiders or something, and I can have it say like if it's this, you have this kind of venom power. Maybe I could call it, but that's something I could do in the future if I need to. For the chilled, we need to set this down to like that half a degrees because ideally you're already. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna keep it as aggressive as it is because chances are, if you're outside in the snow already, you probably have either warm clothes on or you have a torch or something. So this, I want it to be a little more aggressive. That would make sense. Um, I don't like how this code is kind of doubled. I may make this into a method. May make this whole thing into a method. Oh, actually, this part into a method. Make it like a void. But that will come in a bit. All right. This, it's not going to make sense. There is no temporal stability, so you know, not really sure how that is. So let's get out of here. I'm gonna leave world. I'm gonna go into the real game, and then we'll see how fast it drains the gear, or if we're even doing it right. My house smells really good right now. I made pulled chicken in the slow cooker. Mm. I after shredding it, I had a little taste. It's good. Hey, Bernardo, how's it going? My poor grandpa computer. Grandpa. All right, so let's grab a bunch of webbing of each kind. / game mode 2. I want pizza, but, you know, I can't always have what I want. So this is the regular webbing. See, it cuts the grass down, but it's going to preserve the grass and the colors. And then when it goes away, it puts the grass back. This is the poison. Oh, that does damage. You son of a bitch! Ah! Come on, man. Go, gadget, freeze! It's going to be those kind of spiders that actually can shoot this kind of cold web, so that froze me a bit. If you don't attack spiders, you can outrun them. As soon as you land any damage at all on them, they are going to aggro you for one whole, 30 seconds. I may make it 45 seconds. Just because. Boop. There we go. This should be temporal. Oh my god. That is way too aggressive. Holy crap! I got that math wrong, eh? Oh, whoops. Yeah, that just instantly erased all of it. Oh, hold on. Okay, I know what I did. What I'm gonna have to do is take this, and then I'm going to want to do this divided by 100. So I wanted to take 1% of temporal stability. Well, I know what I'm about. So that screwed me. Is there? Oh, I could use a knife. Right. I think I remember having to do this knife. Here, right, or a knife, and then a temporal gear. We're gonna grab a couple of these. I think you put this like in your offhand, right? I thought you did. Crap, how do you do it? I think you have to do this, then I can put it in my offhand, maybe. The gear? Oh, the gear in your offhand, this in your main. There we go. Think I gotta put another one. Screw you, man. Ah! Fucking spiders, man. Little jerk faces. Alright, / game mode 2. Goddamn thing. Ugh. Oh, it's dead. Were you the one? Yeah, you better run. Get! Go on now. Fucking spiders. All right, so let's make sure this works again. So we're at roughly 85%. You know what? I'm going to go inside of the broken house of awesomeness. Here we go. Boop. You can tell this was for another mod. All right, we're gonna pop this into our hand. I want to get to 100%. There we go. So I'm at 100%. Oh no, I'm webbed. Holy shit. Still. Oh, I never fireballed in the change. Shoot. / game mode 1. Get my stability back. Oh, I cannot do that without dying. Oh, it takes some of my health away when it does that. Interesting. All right, so let me save this. Oh, I have to add this to. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna make this its own method. We have to do it. Cut this out. We're gonna come down to here. A new MC snapshot today. Good and bad changes. And I already got into arguments at the kindergarten. Oh, I bet. Oh, oh, this no good. I want creative. Rah! What were the bad changes? I'm kind of curious. What are the good and bad changes? Because I'm kind of curious about both. I could be tempted to the dark side. I do like Minecraft. For all the crap that I give it, you never really forget your first. I remember when I first played, it was a lot of fun back in the day, and I cannot ever take that away. And Minecraft it actually gets a pretty big pass because, rose tinted glasses, right? Um, I like Minecraft. New create world screen horrible. Oh well. Any actual gameplay changes? So I want to do this is a apply. I think it would be debuff. Apply debuffs maybe would be the best thing here. So I could do something like apply debuffs. I'm going to have to insert a couple things. I probably want to do probably world. Entity for sure. Entity and world, I think, are the two. And block position. So I do want to add all three of these in to my method because I got to pass those things in, which is going to make all this happy. Now what I can do is come up to here. Position. There we go. So that got rid of all that code. And let's come up to here and bam, that got rid of all that code. And now I can come down to the bottom and I can just modify this little tidbit. Kind of move that spacing. So everything I do here will automatically be put in. For temporal stability, we're going to save this. We're going to have to close down the game. Oh, frick, I should have saved. Should have saved. We're going to rebuild and then restart. Um, Kids were trying to make it as good as they're trying to make it more like Bedrock. I hate to say, and I hate Bedrock. I don't do anything. They kind of jumped on me. Oh yeah, good changes. Effects can be infinite now instead of a timer. Armor trims can be of the same material. Oh, that's okay. Other good and bad changes at once is the glint change. It's now so subtle that it's hard. Oh, it's hard to notice it. Ugh. That's weird. That's weird that they would do that. I hate the Bedrock edition. Like Minecraft, I think the Java edition is the one that, I understand why they have the Bedrock edition. I understand why they have like the Education edition. They pretty much they bought a game, right, based off of Java. And they're like, you know what? Now that we can do this, let's recreate the game and what are they using? C++ or C# or whatever. I think it's C++. Um, yeah. um, I mean, you lose a lot of dynamics. Like you may gain in maybe the resources, like maybe the game runs a little easier, maybe it could be more optimized. You're going from something that's object oriented to, a lot of people actually kind of struggle with the whole object oriented, facet, I guess you could say. God, there's so many fucking spiders. I just want a place to like set up where I know I'm not gonna get destroyed by spiders. There we go. We're gonna make a little floating island here. Just in case I want to test things, poison damage throws you a little bit. Has a little bit of a knockback, which I may actually, I'll look to see if I could get rid of that. I should be able to get rid of the knockback. We're going to put a couple oil lamps up here, make it look nice. Let's get rid of that spider item. Throw it right over the side. Oh my god. All right, and now we're just going to get a bunch of these. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, at this point, there you go. I'm going to save and quit. That way it saves this particular setup. Yeah. But I agree the OG was too strong, so good and bad. Yeah, I mean, but something like that, if you already have it one way, make it a config option. Maybe, if it bothers some people and some people like it, have it to where like you could change it in the configs that, the glint is either strong or weak or, on or off or, whatever, however you want to set it up, but, don't take it away. That's not nice. Me too, and they separate, and they should stay that way. I hate that they kids and Mojang are trying to make them the same. Yeah, right? Because I mean, the thing that really helped Minecraft though, that modding community. I remember when extra large biomes and like all these mods were coming out, and it was like the infancy. You had like Archimedes ships, and like when Tinkerers like first came around, like they were game changers. They were like staples. It felt like a whole new game. Because like after so long, you have 1,000 diamonds. Whoa, okay, that did much better, but oh my god, that temporal stability. I literally have to do maybe 1/10 of that would be best. Let's fireball it in. Yeah, they have config now, but 0 or 100, it's almost the same. Yeah. So maybe they're still working on it. It is a snapshot, so there's a very real possibility that they have to like tool it in, right? Like dial it in, especially based off of 1 to 100. They're probably trying to make it an integer, convert it over into a float. I don't know, maybe it's hard for them. There we go. Okay, temporal stability is going down a little bit more. I think it's still too aggressive. Because ideally, if you're facing these things, you're either going to be in a temporally unstable area, or you're going to be underground, which your temporal stability is going to be slowly draining anyways. And it's going to be an ability thing. A lot of spiderweb is going to be, not a special. Like this is going to be like a special attack, based on the spider. And the rust one, the rust webbing, that is going to be spawned from. That's going to be a special ability for the corrupt, the nightmare, and the abomination ones. The ones that start to have like the metal poking through. They're going to be able to throw, like, I think exclusively their webbing is going to be this rusty webbing. So I'm at 20%. 15, 14, 13, 12. Yeah, so it's still rocking me. Gears. Where's my knife? Good knife. FU2 auto mod. Yeah, take that auto mod. It's funny because I was reading. Oh, what was that? Oh, I can't say the F word. Yeah, I think I have it to where you can't like curse in here. Just in case there are like kids watching. Just in case. Game mode. You know what? Why can't I put these temporal gears in my... Oh, I can. Perfect. We're going to eat a couple of these gears. Lord Jar Jar, how's it going? What did I come into? Yeah. We're just talking here. That's funny because I was reading four other servers. They have way more Mojang devs on them, and like 99% of people dislike the new screen. So F those kids twice, right? I mean, it's and that something like that's going to be all about preference. Like, they may think they're making it streamlined, making it their own. Maybe they're trying to get away from like the Mojang, image of, the way things are in their look and feel. All right, so we're at 82%. That's still that's too much of a rapid decline. I'm going to limit this like this. I want it to be an inconvenience. I don't want it to immediately throw you into the Rust world. Like that's because you're going to be fighting these things and they're big spiders. Hey, what are we doing right now? Oh wait, but you didn't read the last message that contains the word. Yeah, actually, it didn't even come up. For me, it didn't come up. It said automod looks like it was an iffy thing. But it completely blocked it for me. So you may have seen the message. I didn't. So what we're doing right now, Lord Jar Jar, is I'm going through. I created variants of the webbing. So stalker webbing, there's the poisoned webbing, there's going to be chilled webbing, and then there's going to be rusty webbing. We are testing the rusty webbing right now. So 68%, 67%, that is way too slow. The idea is the corrupt, the nightmare, and the maybe I'll have it here. 21. So the corrupt, the nightmare, and the abomination spiders are going to have their web attacks be the rusty web. So when it hits you and you're stuck in it, I want it to lower your temporal stability. The frost one, the chill one, it lowers your body temperature. And that's going to be exclusive to I'm thinking I can check the temperature, and if the temperature is cold enough and the spider is spawned, it will be an extra ability that it has. It can do like the regular webbing, or at a rarer chance, it can do the frost webbing, the chilled webbing. All right, so temporal stability, nice 60. Okay, so 1%, 2%, 3%. That's pretty good. This is what the chilled webbing does here. So you go in it, right? And then it looks like you're not doing much of anything. Oh wait. I'm in creative. Game mode 2 or game mode 1. So, right, chilled webbing. You get in it, you get slowed, and it's lowering my body temperature already. It's making me freeze. But yeah, this is going to be the Boreals. This is going to be the Boreals webbing. Although I may make it the Boreal and the Widow, because technically I have the Widow variant as no, the Recluse. The Recluse. The Recluse is it's more tolerant of colder temperatures. I have things kind of staggering with the spiders, so the Recluse may have this extra ability as well. But I may be able to have it to where the ability comes out depending on the temperature that it is. Like if it's below a certain temperature, then it can have a chance of doing the frost. But the first thing I had to do was get these different ones in. This is the poison one. Straight up poisons you, knocks you out. That I want to see if I can get rid of the knockback on that, because that knockback is pretty aggressive. Source block, receive damage. What else can we do with receive damage? What other variables can I call? There's probably something for knockback. Um, oh wait, no, it's not receive damage. It would be damage source. Here it is. This is what I want to look at. So here we go, knockback strength. I'm going to set it to where there is no knockback because you're being slowed anyways. So I need to add this to here, and then we're going to make it 0. Get rid of that. There we go. So knockback of 0. Let's go ahead and restart. Yeah, but I did the texture. I also added a bunch of extra logic to where if there is an air block, if there is a grass block, if there is a snow layer block, or if there is a snow layered grass block, I created textures for all of them, so it's going to look like the webbing is inside. Um, There we go. It's not knocking me back at all. Sweet. I'll show you some of that here. Let's do game mode 2 / time set day. So like for instance, the Rusty, it cuts the grass. So see, you have the grass in there. It's still green. You have the webbing. If we do a snow layer / time set, we'll make it 700 October, January / time set day. There we go. So for instance, if you do like the poison web here, see it tones the grass, like it knocks the snow off. It keeps all the and then it puts it back to exactly how it was. So I probably could set this up a little differently, but I think that's pretty good. Hey, it actually affects them. I bet you it doesn't affect the Widow, because I think the Widow is the only thing that I put in here so far that's immune to this block. Should be immune to everything. Although the monsters don't really have body temperature and they don't have temporal stability. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find any Widows. Oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to find any Widows because they don't spawn in temperatures this cold. So, that's awesome. So, oh yeah, and I call them surface stalkers now, not Widows, so we'll grab this randomly. So if I pop you down and try to poison you, eh, so I may be doing that wrong. Yeah, that indeed did do damage. So immune creatures is not firing, so this... Oh, it may not like that wild card. I may have to actually do Widow. Boop. But yeah, so yeah, the Boreal will have the Frost normally. What I'm gonna do after this is I realize that the AI that we made is kind of it's a very clunky AI. The way it picks up the blocks and the way it's gonna throw things. I want to have one AI that can spawn like throw any of my particular items. Not really immune, are you? Surface Stalker dash. I wonder if I have to put in Nameless Horrors Stalker Widow. Maybe it needs my you know what? I think it does because I think it's defaulting to game. So I would have to put in Nameless Horrors dash and then the name of my creature dash. So that wild card may actually work. So I can have any stalker be immune to any webbing. And I think all of them should have like poison webbing too. Poison shot. These things are, if I don't stop, these things are going to have like a lot of abilities. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, it's still affecting it. This is bullshit. Come on, man. So this immune creatures is not working. Ugh. I was hoping I could just piggyback off of this. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Hold on. Boreal Stalker, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the Widow Stalker, so Stalker Widow dash. Maybe I have to do the fully qualified thing. Dash wildcard dash wildcard. So it would be the Stalker Widow dash wildcard dash wildcard. Whoop, dash. Although wildcard should be fine. I don't know. For all I know, this may actually require a restart. Build and restart. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know if I said it. I probably said it a couple times. We're gonna iron this out. Once this is done, if I want to make like fire webbing or anything, it's gonna be easy to do because all the system's built in. And then we're gonna look at the AI. I'm going to fix it so it's more dynamic. It's really clunky right now. And I want one AI task. We're gonna rename the AI task to make sense for my mod specifically. / game mode 2. Let's pull up the stalker. Oh. Okay, so I really wanted this to work. It should have worked. Oh. Is it because I'm okay, let me take a look at my code. I think it's because I need to call this maybe on both the server and the client. Right now I'm doing it just the server side. This is not what I wanted. Let's put that back over there. Yeah, I have to redo this code too. I want the orb to be either box shaped or, like kind of built out. Like I want it to be a bigger blob. It's too easy to like not get hit by it or really get caught in it. And the funny thing is, if you throw a projectile like a stone and you have good enough aim, you can actually hit this, and then you can spawn the webbing in the air and it won't actually make contact with you. Or if you have a longer reach weapon like a spear, you could potentially hit it before it gets to you, and then you won't get caught up in it. Or maybe not as much. So, how good your aim? um, so let me. I gotta pull up where. Oh, there it is. Like, where the heck is it? So this right here. So if it contains entity code. So if it contains entity code, so less is better for this. So really, all I want to do is have some fun. So this right here, Stalker Web in the block. Let's get rid of Nameless Horrors. Let's get rid of all of this. Let's just say if it contains Stalker. Imagine that. All I had to do was read. It should do it. I really don't want to do a search, because what I could do is I could look at entity and I can say like if entity is entity stalker, um, then do this. If not, do this. I was hoping it was built in. Oh wait, I gotta come up here. I want to get rid of this. I want it to be both sides, client and server, and not just running on the server. That may have been doing it too. I may be seeing from the client side that it should be taking damage. Oops. There we go. Fireball that in, reload. I'm hoping that this just does it so I can move on. Hooray, like we got awesome webbings. I have more attacks that I can give these things now. Which means I would need new like an animation that kind of tells you which one it's going to do. You son of a bitch. Ugh. Yeah, it is killing it. It's not being affected by the run speed. Hey, this is weak ass poison. Death. All right, well, there is that. So, you know what? I guess we're going to do it. This sucks. I didn't want to do it this way. So I'm going to leave it back on the server, because I kind of want the server to handle the heavy lifting for this. I'll come up to here. Instead of this creature's immune contains entity code, a unique domain plus code of the object must be globally. So wait, it wants the code, so it would need the domain. So I would have to put whatever. I don't know. Whatever. I could do instead of just entity code, it could be entity code dot first code part, right? Put the one in there. Maybe it's not code entity dot first code part, we can do 0, right? So if it contains this position from left, can I convert string to asset location? Oh yeah, watch this. So for that asset location, I can do dot to string. What are you gonna do now, huh? Because I just need it to contain that. No, I can't do that. Shoot. So maybe I do have to do entity dot code dot. So I could do it's not going to be name. First path part, I think maybe what I want. Either way, I want to read position 0 in the name. And position 0 should be. It still doesn't like it, huh? So it's still trying to do asset location. Maybe I could do I could reverse this. So instead of trying to like brute force this, I could do entity dot and I can pipe in first code part. Shoot. Yeah, it should be first code part 0 dot contains, and then we'll have that contain the string. I can get rid of, or I can have this, right? So if it contains, whoops, this, and this would be cannot convert asset location to string. Yeah, so it doesn't like it either way. So first code part, that's so weird that it's trying to string dot contains dot. Yeah, it still wants asset location. I don't know. You know what? Instead of all this, it was a good idea. But screw it. I can say if entity is entity stalker. Going to get rid of that. Going to get rid of all of this. We are going to import this, then return. I think that should do it. So if it's an entity stalker, go ahead and exit. Boop. Time is it? Okay, yeah, I got a little time. And that pulled chicken smells so good. Gonna eat well tonight. Mm. Oh, and I got Friday off, so I will be probably doing another stream day Friday. Look at that. Not affected by poison anymore. I bet I would be though. I like the little ting. I gotta change the the sounds for those. Um, it should be instead of ting. Although you know what, I kind of like the ting. You'll know if you hit it right, because if you do it off to the side, it doesn't ting. So that's fine. Okay. Um, all of that is working. So we have right now 4 different kinds of unique webs that affect things differently. If I can think of anything else, like I was thinking about having one reduce your hunger, like tire you out, maybe make it like heavy web. But I don't know if I'm just going down a rabbit hole now of different kinds of web. So, I mean, I don't know if heavy web really makes sense or not. Um, I could have it like a vampiric bite, to where like the spider does an ability and it not only takes your health but it heals it a little bit, and it takes away some of your hunger too. So it's like a double whammy. Like it won't take away a lot of health, but it kind of like offsets it a little bit. I mean, that could be a good idea too. All right, so what we want to do is we're gonna have to close the game for this because it's gonna be a beast. And I think I decided we're not gonna have this mod called it's not gonna be called Nameless Horrors. It's gonna be called Eldritch Horrors because it's Lovecraftian theme. That's what I'm gonna try and push for it. Um, Especially when like I start making the crazier versions of the spiders and the skeletons and everything. They're gonna have like the tentacles and bunch of eyeballs kind of looking at you. Very Yog like. Um, oh, and also a little sneak peek. On my lunch today, I really like the idea of having that event that happens. Elder horrors. Yep, that's it. You got it, Bernardo. Horrors. Should I do Eldritch terrors? Would that be would that be better? So you have the moon in the sky. That's what I'm gonna change the moon into. It's gonna be like the blood red with the eye, and it's gonna be for that Yogg in the Lovecraftian lore. So I'd like it to where on a certain phase of the new moon, like maybe once a week or once a month, I can set it in the configs that the sky's gonna darken. I'll have maybe something pop up that says like oh something starting, right, like whatever I call it, the sphere of the music of the sphere or something. And then that is going to be the moon in the sky because when it's coming up, it's huge, and then it shrinks as it goes out. But you'll just see this like eye looking at you as it's like rotating. Maybe I'll speed up the time for the moon phase a little bit too. But yeah, that I at least got the texture, so I'm old. I'm allowed to say whatever. I don't, that. Oh, don't you know? Yeah, don't you know that? Yeah, automod. It's just trying to keep the pool clean. Just because you're older, and you can pee in the pool doesn't mean everyone else wants to have you pee in that pool. All right. So this is the problem we're running into. The entity thrown stalker web. I am trying to have this throw different items. I want it to throw different items, but I need to cast this. Um, this is actually, now that I'm thinking of it, this is going to be a really easy fix. Because when I have hollowed in here the skeletons, I do like the idea of them doing a bone toss and then having that be a stun, or maybe like a huge knockback or something. Like it's something, right? Like I'll have it do something. Maybe I have it weigh you down and you can't jump or something. Ooh. Mm, 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 mm. Maybe it makes it so you can't jump. Question mark. I'd like to speak to the manager. Oh God, it's awesome. So I think what I'm going to do with my mod, because it's my AI, right? It's my task, AI task. Um, I'm going to make a. I'm gonna have to break out how I do this. We're gonna inherit a little bit. So entity thrown stalker web, right? This right here is what we want to deal with. And the reason why we want to deal with this is because if we scroll to the top, um, we have things like fired by the damage, and this is kind of responsible for plugging in all of that information, right? So like this gets like the entity, the damage source, and whatnot. We are going to make this a just kind of like a watered down version of this, kind of like a Lego block version. And by that I mean I may have something where like the enum damage type, like right now it defaults to suffocation. But I picked suffocation because it's a web that's going around you. A bone's not going to be suffocation. I want that to be blunt damage. So this is going to be the time to kind of variable this up a little bit. And then all I would have to do is create like a new entity, thrown entity called like bone. And then it can just inherit this. It will automatically get all this information. But then all I have to do is like up here, right? In the projectiles, I can say, oh, make this item this, whatever it is. And then if it's this item, we can come down here and, we won't have to worry about any other code, anything else in here. So, and then maybe I could even have, like I may be able to break this out quite a bit, but the first thing we have to do is create a copy of this. And I got to stop talking. We're going to keep this up. I'm going to do a copy. This one is going to be entity thrown base, I think, is a pretty good name for it. So this entity thrown base, we are not going to use the name. We are not going to register this one. So I can just get rid of that part. Entity thrown base. There we go. So let's kind of read the code here. So it's trying to get the projectile stack, which is going to be whatever the item is that I put in for the AI. Or I can use this entity base for, like if I make a special kind of bone that's like a bone boomerang or whatever, right? Another thrown item that you can have in your hand and throw. It should accept all of the items that I make in here. So we don't have to do anything special with that. Collision Y extra, yeah, that can be off. This part, webbing die, we are not going to want to do that. What I'm thinking is, I could just have it be die. All the way down. See, I don't have anything that's like base. Oh, I do. I have this. Base on game tick. So we fire that off first. The can collect on liquid, collide. We're saving the information. Die just does die. This is the webbing die. Tricep block error. Okay, we're gonna prune stuff out. We don't need all of this stuff in here. So for the base, we're gonna keep random number. I like the idea of maybe having a projectile that splits up into different pieces, like midway through its arc. So we're going to get rid of all that. We're going to scroll up to here. I'm going to get rid of all that. Should spawn webbing. We're going to get rid of that. Boop. Honestly, the webbing die right here, I think we're going to get rid of this as well. Because yeah, we don't really need anything there. I'm going to leave the die. I'm going to leave this as well because I want to save these things. The collide with liquid can collect false. I will leave that as well. Okay, so all of this entity get nearest entity, this fired by. So how am I assigning fired by? This entity behavior passive physics. Okay. Think I know. This is going to be a very, very light. I'm going to keep all the initialization. I'm going to get rid of literally all of this. I should get rid of all this. Yeah. I probably should get rid of... No, I'll keep this. So the idea is that the reason why we can't do anything else, like it's the fired by, the damage, and the projectile stack are like the really big important things that you have to pass through. So it's got to be able to get that information. I'm leaving some of this stuff up here, just because I may plan on branching out into this stuff, so I'd want it. I'd want it in there. So now what I can do is say entity throne base. We can come up to um, entity throne stalker web instead of just entity. Bam, it's going to extend this, which means that some of this stuff, right, like all of these variables here, because they're both protected and private, I no longer need those. Really, all I need is just this. And the entity throne stalker web really should be NH for nameless horrors, NH, and NH. I should save this. We need to rename this as well. NH. I'm going to have to rename all this NH and all these nameless horrors for the Eldritch. I don't know, Eldritch Terror? Terrors? I don't know. Horrors? I'm still working on the name, I guess. I like the idea of having Eldritch in there. So I can prune out stuff, right? Is interactable. That's already done in the previous thing. On initialize, I'm going to keep this. I may actually prune it out of the other one. I'm gonna get rid of it here because I shouldn't need to do anything else in that. Can collect. You know what I should do now that I'm thinking about it? Let's go back into here. Nope, that's not it. Let's go back into here. I am going to copy out. Oh shoot, I was modifying the wrong one. Okay, here we go. So hold on, I was in the wrong file. So save all that. We're gonna pop this out, move it over. This is the one I wanted to modify. Okay, so I got rid of all that. I want to keep that. This, we are going to get rid of all this because it's in the previous one. Okay, so on tick, I'm going to keep all of this because this is specific to how the webbing works. Webbing die, spidering it out, spawning new things. It's going to be responsible for things like how the sound effects and whatnot. That's fine. I'm going to keep the can collect. I'm going to keep this 2 bytes. I do not need this. And I do not need this because that's being taken care of. And then, of course, this is the affected claimed lands, and then denying changing out claimed lands. Should spawn webbing. Yep, keep that. So all this other stuff is just me. I figured out the loop to kind of get everything going. And then my random numbers. So now what we can do is I'm going to save this. I'm going to have to copy this. I want to rename this. Open this back up. I keep forgetting that that NH at the end. Okay, that looks good. And then we have to come down to the registry of it because I did change it. It should be up right there. Popping up red, all upset. Save that. And now I have to find the item, right? The Stalker Web item. Item Stalker Web NH. That's not what I want. Entity, here we go, projectile. Entity Throne Stalker Web NH. There we go. So that should have saved that. Now let's go into the AI task. Stalker Web could not be found. Item Stalker Web. Oh, it's because I did the rename. What now? Oh, okay, yeah, so this is fine. Actually, we've needed to come here anyways. So now instead of the Entity Throne Stalker Web, I could do Entity Throne Base NH. Copy that. Bum, bum, bum. Because technically, I can now pass these 3 important bits of information about the person throwing it or the NPC throwing it, and I don't have to worry about making a bunch of a separate AI task and registering it. I can use this one for any projectile that my stuff wants to throw. Yes, yes. Because really, this is the few bits of information that I really need. Who threw it? What's the damage? And what's the projectile stack? I could also put in here. I could put damage type. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I will do that. Yeah, but that's for another time. So entity thrown web nh. It's getting. This one's actually just getting the stalker web. If that's the case, I'm going to keep this. I guess this isn't the one I wanted to do. I'm going to keep this as the stalker web specifically since this has to do with stalker web. Okay, we'll save that. What I really wanted to do was get into here. This is the problem. This is where we need to do entity thrown base. Whoops. NH. Entity thrown base. Entity thrown base. Entity thrown base. Non-collectible projectile damage fired by. I also want to do probably something. Do I have a damage type? So that would be damage. Receive damage should receive. So I don't have anything specifically an easy hook. I'll have to figure that part out. So let's save this. So the thrown object, it's going to take it in. If everything works, it's going to work the same as before, except now it's doing it in a more generalized way. So that's the thrown object. So I'm getting the thrown object, and then I'm spawning the entity in the world. Sweet. And at that point, the damage type and everything, actually I don't need to pull that far in. I just need to have the item that I want to throw and make sure that it has a throwable entity. You can't just throw an item, like it needs a little more logic behind it. All right, so build. Look at that, succeed. It's almost like I kind of know what I'm doing. Imagine that. And we're going to come down to here. So the way we can test this is I should be able to go down to here where like stalker web, it should be able to throw the normal stalker web. We'll make sure that the spiders throw the normal web, and then I'll change it to poison web. And then we'll see if it actually can throw the poison web. Game mode 1. Bleh! I know. Come on. Do the web. Little fucking thing. Ah! Yep, good. So we got that. Let's change this to poison. Fireball it in. Reload. I'll probably be live streaming. I don't know if I mentioned it. So I have another 15 minutes until I have to go pick up Baby Triangle. Well, that was not happy. So yeah, I have another 15 minutes till I go pick up Baby Triangle, and then I have to I'll take care of him. He goes to bed at usually 7:30, and then probably a little before 7:30, and then probably between 7:30 to 8 o'clock I'm gonna live stream again. I think that's what my schedule is going to be. It's when he's down and I got my me time. As long as he doesn't get up, I can just go get him, help him. So why isn't this where? Oh wait, did I do poison or poisoned? I bet you I said it wrong. Yeah, ED. All right, it's not gonna like it. I gotta restart. You know, that's been getting me. At first, I was going to type in poison, and I'm like, no, it's poisoned, right? Because it's chilled. It's rusty. It's not rust, chill, poison. Maybe I should have just went with my gut with the naming. We're in too deep. I have a feeling when Freya tastes my pulled chicken, honestly, it tastes better. We have a lot of barbecue places around here. I think it tastes better than the barbecue places. And it wasn't even that hard to make. And then trying to find pulled chicken, you can find pulled pork everywhere. Oh, there's some poison. But I'm in nope. Okay. See, that's why I want to make it a little bigger, a block extra bigger on all sides. Yep. That got me. Yep. So it can do poison now. So that one AI task is able to do multiple things. So we are going to rename it now. So AI task, throw item at an enemy. Um, you know what? Holy crap! I guess I don't. I guess I don't need to rename that. That's already a pretty solid name. Throw item at entity dash nh. I gotta say, past Vice, well done, well done. Should probably get rid of that since it's protected. It was in here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to change that back. I don't want it to be poison web. I want it to be normal web for this. I'm gonna start putting in comments too, I think, because this is starting to get very like this all the AI task here, all of that. All AI tasks. And I like to document out what exactly its intended function is. So that's gonna mean commenting a bunch, just like this. What I could do is like comment variant groups one, variant groups, variant groups, variant groups. Maybe I could do a comment dash. Yeah, that way it looks a little easier. A little easier on the eyes. And then we're going to come down to, I want to go back to AI. Okay, so this is going to be AI tasks. AI tasks 1. This is going to be spider will run from bigger animals. Okay. Melee attack. Copy. Paste. Got to make that number 2. Primary melee attack. This one, this is going to be AI tasks 3. This is going to be thrown, stalker, web, dash normal. This is going to be number 4. Spider desire to cluster together in a nest-like fashion. And then, of course, we have the seek entity, pursue a target. And then we have this seek entity. This will be aggressively pursue target. While I'm thinking of it, I did want to increase the timer. So when you piss off one of these things, instead of 30 seconds, it's going to chase you for 45 seconds. For 45 seconds, it's going to try to get you if you hurt these things at all. At all, at all. So, tread carefully. I should do stalker. I gotta stop saying spider because I know someone's gonna be like, it's not a spider. It has 6 legs. I know. I'm not a dummy. I know. But, that's the general feel of it. Like, I've been saying spider a lot longer than I've been saying stalker. So, oh man. Stalker desire to cluster together, pursue a target, aggressively pursue a target. Get out of water. This is going to be seek getting out of water. Doesn't like water. And now we're getting into wandering. Shoot, I haven't been labeling these AI tasks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one would be 5. This will be 6. This will be 7. This will be 8. There we go. Tell them that 6 is all you can count to. Yep. That 6 is hard enough. I couldn't do it with one hand. um, I'll do fast, random, wander, movement. Gonna copy that. So this idle is going to be sleep emote, pretty much. This one is going to be look left emote. I don't know why I did look left like that. Look left emote. We're going to just copy this because I'm already know this one's going to be the look right emote. This is going to be the idle for Twitch. Twitch emote. I got to redo my Twitch emotes. My little icons. Calm emote. This will be the wander. So fast moving. So what do we have here? 7, 8. This would be 9. This would be 10. This would be 11. This would be 12. Got 13. Paste. This would be 14. Medium speed. Random wander movement. This would be 15. This would be the slow speed random movement. And this would be the base idle emote. I think is what that one is. So I have 16 different AI tasks that these things have so far. And they're not even done because I do want to give it the Poison Fang ability. I think that would be kind of cool. All right, so now going through, it should be a lot easier to just be like, what does this one do again? Oh, that's right, primary melee attack. Ugh. Blah blah blah. Save. Wonder why this is looking upset. Hmm. I have no idea. we'll see if it goes away. It could just be a weird little glitch. Start if we have a big JSON error, then obviously I messed something up. If not, then I save the world, and what happens is I deserve none of the blame, but if it succeeds, all of the credit. That's all I want. I don't think I'm asking too much. I want to have my cake and eat it too. Hey oh, oh you son of a bitch! You know what? Ugh. Ugh. See, now it's aggressive, and when it gets aggressive, it actually gets a little faster. Oh, almost. See, when it's in the air, it's actually doing a jump animation. Oh, oh, oh. Wait, where the hell did that one come from? Man, it's still trying to get me. Fuck you, you bastard. All right, so that's pretty good. I love seeing them like in the world. I feel like a proud papa. Oh man, that's pretty good. So I'm thinking, I'm thinking I probably should get rid of one of the jumps here for the pursue, because what's happening is we're seeing some animation blending, so it's doing multiple states. Um, but jump is one of them. So that's why the back legs look like it's in the air, because it's supposed to be like trying to hit you, like jumping to hit you. So I need to either remove that state or set the like animation either speed or the cooldown and duration so it doesn't quite overlap as much. That's what I'm thinking. But for now, I mean, that's just me nitpicking it. I think it's fine. And honestly, I think at this point, we would be just about ready for creating hollows next. I did already create a... where is it? Wouldn't be in textures. Entities. So I have monsters. So I created the basic file. We're going to be using the trader. And basically what I'm going to do, because I had to think ahead a little bit. And I answered some of the questions I had last night. So our model variants for the hollows are going to be the spine straight and then claw hands. The spine straight, and I want to make one of the arms a big like bone mace. I think that would be neat, kind of like how the drifters have like that weird sword arm. I want them to have like a big bone mace. And maybe I can have it to where the ones with the bone mace may have like a mace smash attack that could stun. The ones with the claws may be able to apply a bleed. Maybe. And I did not write these down yet, so let's do that. Bone arm mace type can have overhead smash ability, which stuns the claw and can have the ability to bleed or to cause bleed. But we are pretty much just about, I mean, at this point, it's very, very, very fine tuning. I need to make sure that I have to propagate all the changes through from the Widow. Right, snooze that. So I have to propagate the changes through to Recluse, Orb Weaver, and Boreal with all the new updated settings, and then make sure that the spawning feels right so you're not overloaded in your world. I actually want the spiders to be a little more rare. Just a little more rare. To where you're not, to where maybe you don't see them every day. Maybe if you go out at night, you'll see them, but you won't see them every day. Because I don't want it to be a, fight spider simulator. But when you see them, I want you to be like, oh hell no, no way. And I may actually buff them just a little bit. So by buff them, I mean have them do a little bit more damage and have a little bit more health, probably closer to just under what a drifter would have for health. I made them a little easier because I want to make sure like I can see the animations in motion without dying repeatedly or being really good, at fighting them. Um, and then if I'm thinking about like the claws here, right? Like the bone arm having ability, the claw hand having an ability. What if I make it to where the spiders, right? What if the small abdomen and the big abdomen dictate the kind of webbing that it shoots? Huh? So maybe I can make heavy webbing, and that's what the big abdomen does. And maybe that slows you down, and then maybe it drains your hunger a little bit trying to get out of it, right? Like it's a chore to get out of it. I'm not sure what I would do with the small though. The small, it would have to be something equal because regular spider web may not do the trick. Or maybe am I overthinking it? I could keep rabbit holing myself, but at the end of the day, this is all I have to do is just do the spawning test, the spawn testing. Um, these are pretty much done. Oh, and maybe make the poison fang ability, which I think the poison fang would be pretty easy. I could do probably do it right now. Right meow. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Goodbye. 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 I'll keep that. Here we go. So I could do, and this is honestly how easy something like this would be. Copy this and paste it, right? So we made a duplicate. Get rid of that. Okay, we got the comma there. So then for this, I'll just kind of add a 2 there for now because I'm going to have to relabel things. This will be, I will call it ability poison bang. So the code would have to be, it's still going to be a melee attack. Um, the damage by type, I will keep that. I'm going to have to adjust that. Minimum cooldown, maximum cooldown. For something like this, Poison Fang, let's make it pretty high for the cooldowns on this. I may actually make it like maybe closer to 2500 to 2000. So every like 20 to 25 seconds, it's going to try to do Poison Fang on you. Which that you're pretty deep into a fight at that point. For this, instead of piercing attack, I'm going to make it poison damage. There we go. For the animation, I think this is going to be, we'll try grab attack. And I believe I can do leap at target true for this. And let's just see what we made. Reload. I know I'm gonna have to dial in animation speeds. When the ability actually hits, I'm gonna have to eat a lot of vintage meat. But snooze one more time. But yeah, we can at least see. Come on. So there's the web. Look left, idle run. There's the drill. Yep. Come on. Fight for me. Did they just kill each other? Oh no, okay. Yeah. Fucker. Ugh. Oh, you know, I could have it do its ability on aggressive state. Oh, that would be because maybe in order for these to do like that kind of special ability, it can only happen when it's really mad at you. You know, I don't really hear the growl. Oh wait, because I think I have to put game. I think I have to specifically call out game. So that could be why it's not doing the wolf howl like I wanted it to. Um, so for here, aggressive only. Ability Poison Fang. This thing's gonna eat my biscuits. I can tell. Look at it. It's like rah! Ugly little bastards. Blah. Screw you. You gosh darn spiders. All right. Oh, I knew it. Respawn. Where is it? That's a dead one. There it is. It's alive. Yeah, you run away from me. Ah. I just want to hit it. I gotta get close to it though. It's so small. There we go. Now it's aggressive. Oh, the growl. I actually really like that. Yep. Oh, it was gonna do it. Shoot. Oh, man. I can't tell if it's doing a poison attack, though. Gotta look at the animation. There's gotta be a better way. Okay, it's not. It's not. Uh. Ah. These spiders are actually kind of tough. I can't hit anything in this view. Ah. Nope, got me. Aggressive. I just have to maybe I have to really draw out the animation for it or something. But ideally what it should do is it should look like it latched onto you and then it needs to go like that, you know, and like attack you. But all right, so I'm pretty much out of time. Again, thank you everyone for watching. We're gonna work on this. The spiders will have the poison fang ability tonight, I'm thinking. Um, I wish I could put a print statement in this. That would be really nice. That way I could tell when it's gonna do it. You know what it is? Damage. I should probably make this something like 2,000, and then make this like 2,400. That way, the attack duration would be a lot longer, so I could see it. You know, like when it pops up. So I'll do that for myself, my future self, and then I will leave it here. I'm just gonna leave everything up and just shut down the stream. But yeah, I will be live streaming again, like I said tonight, at probably starting between maybe a little before 7:30, maybe 7:30 on the dot, maybe a little after 7:30, but it's going to be around there whenever Baby Triangle goes to sleep. I think it's going to be bath night tonight, so maybe it will be closer to the 7:30 to maybe 7:40 mark. Who we gonna raid? Oh, I don't know. Do we have someone we want to raid? Let's do twitch.tv. And Mischief of Mice. Yeah, buddy. My man. We're gonna raid Mischief of Mice. Awesome, awesome, awesome dude. So exclamation raid. Let's do /raid Mischief of Nice. Booyah. All right, everyone. Again, thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun. Let's give the love. Um, I'm really liking these spiders. Really liking these spiders. Thanks for the raid. Hey, not a problem, Lord Jar Jar. I got I mean, normally I didn't have people really watch. It was just Bernardo and I, so right, you just shut off the lights and leave. um, yeah, I can't wait to jump back into this. Oh, it's gonna be so good. The growl though, like I could come up with like a screeching hiss, right? And just oh, thanks for you met the stream. Yeah, yeah, no problem. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Um, you get to see how the bread is made, right? And it's not that I don't think it's that hard, to do this kind of stuff. So maybe someone wants to make a mod, right? Right? All right. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you in 2 hours. Maybe 2 hours, 30 minutes. All right. Bye.